what extracurricular activities have you been involved in throughout high school?
Okay, so I've been involved in just about everything. I've tried anything from swim team to softball, track, um, moved on to golf, and then I moved on. I did basketball. What else did I do? I did speech all 4 years, student council, musical, all that fun stuff. Oh, volleyball. Volleyball.
I was forgetting about them. All right, so the things I've been involved through high school have been mostly sports, which have been basketball, softball, volleyball, track for 1 year, and then something that I was involved in that wasn't sports has been NHS, which you're also involved in, Claire. So what are your plans after high school?
All right, so I plan on going to Kirkwood Community College for 2 years to get my nursing degree, and then hopefully go on to get my BSN, my bachelor's in nursing. Yeah, and then I'll live on in the village there.
Okay, I'll come visit.
Okay, good. How about you, Nat?
Okay, so I plan to attend UNI for elementary education, and I don't really have a whole big plan like Claire does, but I'll be living in the quarters apartments, so I don't think the dorm living is gonna be my thing, but yep, that's where I'll be next year.
Yeah, dorm life is not for me.
Yep, me either. I don't think I'd make it.
No. Oh my.
So what's something you're gonna miss after you graduate?
Oh, well, I'm gonna miss seeing everyone every day. I'll still see like most of my friends. You know what I mean? Like try and connect, but it's the everyday thing that is kind of gonna miss. Like you catch up every day, you have your conversations and
Yeah, that's gonna be definitely one of the biggest things that I'm gonna miss. And then I think it's gonna be hard next year when I'm not constantly busy. Like I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
I'm gonna have way too much free time.
I know, I'm gonna have to find some more hobbies or something.
Some weird hobby that's
Oh, I'll have sand volleyball at my apartment, so I guess I can keep
that
up with
sounds
some volleyball
fun.
skills or something.
Mine has a tanning booth. Maybe I'll get like super
Oh
tan.
my gosh, mine too.
Oh,
Just don't tell my mom. She'll be upset about that.
right? I know my
Don't
mom.
get too much.
So what are some of your pet peeves, like your biggest pet peeves? What drives you crazy?
Okay, so I'm like kind of a shy person, but like I kind of just sit back and like watch things. And I actually have a lot of pet peeves, but I don't really like to I don't always share them. Yeah, I kind of get easily aggravated about things, but some of my biggest pet peeves are like unnecessary talking or like noises. That like really bothers me. And like complaining. I don't like complaining.
Yeah, like over excessive
Exactly.
drama.
Exactly, Claire.
I know. I hate it when like people smack their food. It drives me crazy. I'm like,
That's just
just
gross.
close your mouth. Or like they'll talk while they're eating. I'm like, you can swallow your food first and then I'll talk to you.
So Claire and I both don't like a whole lot of talking, whether that's with food or without food in your mouth.
Yeah. Just like unnecessary conversation topics.
Exactly. All
Or
right.
not.
So back to a little more serious questions, I guess. What would your dream job be, Claire?
Okay, so my dream job. So I really want to be a nurse. I always wanted to be a surgeon. I thought that was so cool
Oh my
because I
gosh,
used
I
to
love
watch
that.
Grey's Anatomy. It's like I want to be Meredith Grey, but took that down a level. And so I think like a surgical nurse would be cool, but yeah, not a surgeon, not anymore.
Okay, but that's awesome because like I could never do that stuff. I get so squeamish about that stuff. Oh my gosh. I'll
Oh,
see the kids with to wipe kids' nose and things. I'd
yeah.
rather do that than
Coloring.
exactly, exactly,
ABCs. Keep it simple.
exactly. No blood for me. So my obviously I'm going into education, but hopefully I hope to do that for a little while. But ultimately, my dream job would to be a stay-at-home mom.
Hmm.
Like, of course, I'd want to have a job to come back to, but ultimately, I think that's something I would really enjoy, and that's where I want my future to go, I think.
I always thought that was cool. Like I know, like my aunt's a nurse and she does like weekend packages at a hospital. So like she only has to work on the weekend and then gets all week off with her boys.
Oh,
I always
that's
thought
so
that was cool too.
yeah. I think like just the way I've grown up with my mom home, I think that that's one thing that made me realize that's something I want to do for my kids. So
Yeah. Super beneficial, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, I want to be there for them. I could be the
Right.
teacher.
Yeah. You can be their teacher.
Exactly. No, my kids are not. I'm not teaching my kids at home. All right. So, okay, if you could be best at one thing, what would you choose?
All right. So when we did this for senior spotlight, I put cooking because I always thought it'd be awesome to be like a great chef, like just know what you're doing and like, oh yeah, let me just whip this up real quick. So I always thought that would be cool.
Yeah, in my senior spotlight, I put like public speaking, which I'm not
Yeah.
really good at. But after I like thought about it a little more, if I had to like be best at one thing, it'd be like not overthinking things.
Oh,
Like
I
I feel like
totally
I'm
agree.
constantly overthinking.
Same. I'm like, oh, well, if I do this, then this is going to happen. And then just like the rundown of every possible situation that can come from it.
Like if I could let things go easier, that'd make life less stressful, right?
Right. I know. I think that's why it took me so long to figure out where I wanted to go to school. So I was
Same.
like overthinking it too much.
Exactly. Me too. I was like, if you don't like it, then you can always make changes.
Right. Like nothing's permanent.
Exactly. But I still need to work on it because I'm not best at that yet.
I know. I'm like, I still have troubles making decisions.
Absolutely, me too. Okay, so we have been friends for like seriously ever. Like
Yes.
like since preschool. We have like cute little pictures in our little
Oh my gosh.
preschool graduation dresses.
Oh my
So there's
gosh.
been a lot of memories
Hmm.
between us in the last how many years? A lot.
A lot of years.
But what would be your favorite one from this from school?
From
General.
school.
Yeah.
Was gonna say there's a lot of outside of school ones, but
So true.
I think in school, middle school was fun.
I know
It was,
everybody says they don't like middle school, but middle school is
we had fun. We had
awesome.
fun like campfires and like little parties. Oh, I loved. I think it was our basketball team got together at your guys' house.
Hmm.
Uh, I think it might have even it was either in eighth grade or like right before high school. And like we just had the best time just hanging out with each other.
Hmm.
Like we did henna and we played ping pong. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah, I remember that.
that was so much fun.
I honestly think a lot of my favorite memories have come from basketball, whether that's been like little
Right.
ball or even high school.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's not necessarily been my favorite sport, but there's so many great memories that have come from it.
right. Like we grew up playing like since third grade, honestly, we played basketball. Like I think that's something that brought like our group of friends together more than anything was
So, yeah.
playing basketball with each other.
And then when we got older and people weren't playing basketball, they were there cheering too. Right, Claire?
Oh, yeah. Who was that? Yeah, no, but I think, but I also thought it was something that, like even though I didn't play this year, like I still wanted to go to every game and
Exactly.
like loved watching everyone like you guys succeed like to the best of your ability because like that last game like it was so like you guys were super emotional but then I found myself getting emotional because I was like oh my gosh like it's like over
And
you
we're
know
still, and it was like you're still your teammates.
right like you're
Really
forever
not
teammates.
like yeah, forever teammates.
Yeah, forever teammates. I know. I remember because we all wore jerseys that night, like to the game, and I like dug out all of my old town team, like our team jerseys, and I was like, oh my god.
We had so many of those. Remember our
Tournaments
green
were so fun.
one?
Yeah, the ones that turned out green.
Yeah, they're supposed to be black.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That
Yeah,
was
but a lot of memories have come from basketball, honestly.
yeah, some of the best ones because like we were all together.
Yep. And
Totally.
it like brought our group of like our group of girls like even closer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like our grade, like that group of girls is like us especially, like yeah, there's drama between us sometimes, but like basketball always kind of just brought us back together.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that was like something that was really special about it. Like no matter what was happening like outside of the sport, like we would go play together like nothing was ever happening. Like we could
Right.
still be great teammates
Yeah.
and not like selfish about it.
Right. Like we had a one goal in mind and that was
We all had the same goal.
yes, winning that
Exactly.
medal.
So what are some traditions that you like most about our school?
Homecoming is so much fun. I love homecoming. We won every year except for freshman year.
Yeah. We were just little babies, so
And we had no idea what was happening. We had like what that was the only year that we practiced and then we lost and then we never practiced again and won.
weren't there like a bunch of people that were like hurt or something? Wasn't my sister and Riley hurt?
Yeah, and wasn't Kira because of
Everybody was like hurt.
yeah. Oh man. No, I remember that. Powder Puff was
Awesome.
so fun.
I think something that I really one of the traditions like in our school that I really enjoy is just like how much our community gets involved with the traditions at our school. Like with our last basketball, like a lot of our basketball season,
Mhm.
almost all the games are like a bunch of community members were out there supporting us. I just think that's really awesome. And you don't
Yeah,
get that's something you get in Decatur, Iowa. You don't get that in big places.
right. Like I'll go to like some of my cousins, they go to bigger schools and it's like it's just the families
Hmm.
and then like the rest of the school, which yeah, they have a lot of people, but like all of those people aren't like from their past and like they don't know everyone out there. Like for us, I feel like I can name a lot of the people who are in
Mhm.
the crowd that night, and that was
Yeah.
just awesome.
Yeah, I love that. That's definitely one of my favorite things about our school and just being from Decatur, I guess.
Right. Because like all of the students that we knew, like the seniors that were there when we were freshmen, like they all come back and like
Mhm.
even before that. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely love that. That's a good tradition. Okay, so which subject that's taught at Central do you think most prepared you for life?
Well, I feel like the most realistic, like the class that has given me the skills to like go into real life has been like personal finance,
Oh yeah, I
like
definitely agree.
checkbook and
Like
money
stuff
and
you're gonna need to know in the real world.
right, like he taught us like what it was going to be like to buy a car and like a house and all that stuff. And I
Yeah.
thought that was
Yeah, it's the most like
beneficial.
real life, I feel like.
Right. Like there's writing classes that I've taken. Like I took creative writing, which was good because like it helped me throughout high school and
Mhm.
will in college, but like for real life, personal fitness was for sure. I
Personal
mean personal finance, not
personal
personal
fitness.
fitness. Oh, I love
I
that
definitely agree with
class.
that though.
Yeah.
Don't take you back to personal fitness or what?
Oh man, that was an experience.
Oh my gosh. I just stuck with general PE.
I know I kind of miss dodgeball. Never thought I'd say that. Miss dodgeball.
If you could go back in time, what's something that you would tell your freshman self?
Well, with this going on, I mean, like you think about it, and it's like sometimes people make jokes about it, and it's like, oh my gosh, coronavirus and everything. But like, I'd go back and I'd be like, make sure to like enjoy the time that you have in high school, and like enjoy the people that are around you and the experiences that you're able to have, because like it can all be like taken away from you like so quickly.
It's rough. This is
I know.
sad.
Like it makes me so sad because like thinking back on it, like that Friday was going to be the last time that I sat in like physics or Spanish and all those
Yeah, like
classes. It's like
I just think it's sad. Like we walked out of the school like not knowing that we were done. And like
Right.
we didn't even get to walk out together. Like we all kind of like just left that day, no wait, thinking we'd come back to each other, but like we didn't.
Right. Because you like, I feel like every day you leave the school thinking that it's all you're gonna have to go back to it, but then now you kind of look at it as I don't get to go back to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that kind of sucks because I feel like that last day I would have looked, I don't know, yeah, just appreciated everything more.
Exactly. And everybody's like, well, you still have 4 years of college, but like high school is different.
Oh, it's totally different. Like college is so like depending on the college that you go to, but like not you don't know everyone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They don't know you and
And like I feel like our grade is like pretty close with each other,
yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
great. So it makes it even harder to know that we're leaving each other.
Right. I feel like our class definitely like came together more this year than we ever have just because like we all kind of know that we're not all going to be in the same room or the same
Exactly.
building again.
Like who knows? We might not even see some of our classmates again.
Well, right. Like
Like
yeah, that's
I'll see you and all my other friends, but there's some people that I'm not super close with that like you'll not see again, and you don't even like realize that until
right. And you didn't even like realize how much like how many memories you've had with them even though you're not close.
exactly, yeah. I think I'd tell my freshman self to like you're like really involved in the school and like done a lot of things, and I feel like if I like starting over, I would have been involved in more things other than just sports.
Yeah, I would have definitely like, oh my gosh, speech would have been so much fun with you. Like, I always look back and I'm like, I sometimes regret not like when you think about it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna want to do that, or that's gonna be awful or embarrassing. But like, look back on it and feel like, oh, I missed out on an experience sometimes.
And like even if it's not like your favorite thing, like even if you're with your friends or like it'll just make it a better experience for you. So I kind of wish I was a little more involved in things other than sports, but
Yeah.
it's something
No,
I
but
could tell the freshman class coming up. My little
yeah,
brother.
yes,
Well,
yes. Mark and Ryan, get involved.
yeah, I definitely kind of regret that.
Yeah, I think I've definitely not taken opportunities when I should have as well. Like, I completely agree with that one.
This is a good one. Like, what is your favorite staff member or staff member that's had like a greatest impact on you during at Central?
So I feel like the teachers, like I've never like hated a teacher. You know what I mean? Like I just absolutely can't stand going to a classroom. Like sometimes I disagree with my teachers, but like looking back now, I'm definitely gonna miss them because like I feel like in high school sometimes people don't realize, especially like in a small school like ours, they really do care. And
Yeah.
like I feel like if I were gonna take it down to one teacher, I
Like,
would probably say Mr. I'd probably say Mr. Wiley just because I feel like he was my teacher, my coach. Um, like I knew his family. Like I think he's just one person who was always kind of he's always been there for not only me but like a lot of the people in my class.
mhm.
And like he's there for like when we did float building and
Yeah. I feel like he's there for like things outside of just school. Like,
right,
like he really cares about you as a person rather than you as a student or
for
you
sure.
as an athlete.
Yeah, and like I think like and like when I like decided not to do basketball, like I think one of the major things that I didn't want people to think was that I didn't like like him as a coach because like one of the best coaches I've ever had. Like he was
Exactly.
so supportive and so nice and like accepted like not only like what I could do right, but like the things that I didn't do wrong and like pushed me to do better. And I always enjoyed that. And like I think that's one of the things that I think not everyone does is yeah. So I think that he was probably one of the most influential and like because I didn't have him every year in class, but
Yeah.
he was still my coach.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that. And like in like basketball practice and stuff, I think one thing that made our basketball team so successful with him as the coach is he wanted us to have fun and wanted us to enjoy it, but knew when to be serious. which is
Right.
something you need as a coach. You need to be able to feel comfortable enough to be silly, be goofy or whatever, but then you know when to be serious. And he definitely had that and had a lot of respect from our teammates and stuff.
Right. And I think that like playing that, like having played so many sports and been on so many teams, like I think out of most of my coaches, he's always been like one to like we keep the drama out of it because like he doesn't stand for drama, but like he brought us together in a way that some other people just couldn't.
Yeah.
Like it was just a place where we had to be friends, even if we didn't want to. It was like a place that we needed each other and everyone had to be there.
And I think something that like helps him gain a lot of respect from his students or his athletes is just like he checks in and not just like he more just with how's school going, how do you think the season's going? Like he checks in about like how are you doing? Are you guys all feeling okay? Like make sure you take care of yourselves. And like that's
Right.
you realize that a person cares more than just going through the motions of caring, but actually does care.
Right. And it's not even, he doesn't just care about like basketball. He like cares about you as a whole person. Like I
Exactly.
remember like my mom had to have surgery. I think it was my junior year. And it
Yeah.
wasn't like a dangerous one, but he was still there for me. Like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm there for you if you need us. And, I think that was something that was always so great about him is that he like just was there for you.
Yeah, and like as I said, like one of my pet peeves is complaining. So I never wanted to be like the athlete that came up like want to like talk about things, I guess. But I felt like I could talk about things to him. Like I knew he would understand.
Right. You weren't
And
complaining to him, but you were just voicing your,
yeah, like,
because
and
you knew he knew
I knew
something
I'd
about
get a
it.
truthful response.
Right. Right. He was always honest with you and you never
Yeah,
got like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, but then never did anything. Like,
yeah. I think one thing that I always remember is after we lost our last game this year, we had an assembly and he came up to me and he said, um, I miss seeing your face, like come back and like stop in my room and say hi and stuff. And I was like he really does care more about basketball than just more than just basketball. Like he still
right.
wants to see you and he still wants to talk to you even though you're not in his classes or not in his sports.
Yeah. I completely agree because I've seen him like I'm in other classes and he asks people about their day and like he appreciates. Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah. I'm glad we agree.
Yes, we agree.
We agree.
Oh, okay. What's your biggest fear? We're gonna do that one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My biggest fear is okay, I hate heights. Like
hmm
really, really hate heights. My biggest fear is like bugs. Like the thought of
Oh,
a bug crawling on me. Oh my gosh, ew. Like I
yeah,
don't like
no,
anything that crawls, really.
ugh, yeah, I completely agree. I'm not a bug person.
I wonder what
I'm
your biggest fear
famously,
is.
what'd you say?
Wonder what your biggest fear is.
Oh yeah, people just have the hardest time guessing. Um, I am famously known for since like preschool, like literally since we've known each other, I've always had the biggest fear of cats. Like from tiny cats to like other ones. Like biggest fear. Like so
Okay,
much
do you
anxiety is brought
remember the
to me when I
time?
see.
This was so mean of me, but I chased you with my cat.
I remember that. I started crying too.
I thought it was so funny, and I don't. It was so mean, but it was. I was like, it's just a cat, and I was like, but I wouldn't want to be chased with a bug. So like, my
Yeah.
mom yelled at me.
And like I totally get because it's like the weirdest fear. Like people are like, "You're afraid of cats," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like sometimes, oh, not a fan. Like I get anxiety when I think about it because I'm like, oh. I
Have you?
remember when Kara, she chased me with one at her birthday party. She had one like her sweatshirt hoodie, and she was just chasing me, and I was like, "Get away!"
Claire always got chased with cats.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm. Did I have to like write you an apology letter or something? I think my mom made me write you an apology letter.
I don't remember. I, I felt so bad because I was like, I think I started crying, and your mom walked in, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, nothing. There's the cat in here." And then you got when I felt so
With
bad.
a cat in your house. So you're not gonna have any cats living with you in your apartment next year?
Oh, definitely, probably.
Okay, just making sure.
Unless I like lock myself in my room and never come out.
Who knows? Like maybe you'll in 10 years you'll like be a crazy cat lady or something.
Oh, for sure. I can never see myself. Probably be like,
Maybe
I don't even know. I don't even know what would get me to not be afraid of cats.
what like makes you afraid of them? Like their claws?
I don't even know. Like, we've been trying to like narrow it down because people are like, you've definitely had a bad experience. And I'm like, I swear to God, I haven't because I can't remember one. And like, my mom says it's like been since I was like one. Because I'd go to graduation parties at farms and I'd be like in my car seat and I'd see a cat out the window and I'd just scream and refuse to get out of the car.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh, I remember like being at your house and you had like a stray one walk your street or something and you like ran inside. And like there were like a bunch of us there, like, why is Claire not out here? Where'd Claire go?
Oh my gosh, so true.
There's a
I know
cat outside.
neighborhood cat that was around. I never knew where it was gonna be, and I was so afraid. I'd like rush to school, or it took like it was like on a certain street, so I'd walk to school, but I'd go the long way around. So I walked past the house with it because I never knew where it was gonna be.
Oh my gosh, you know what that just made me think of?
What?
Remember when we'd come to your house and we'd like ride bikes and we'd always go to the movie theater and get cookie dough bites? Do you remember that?
So true. Oh my gosh. I
We would
remember one time
do that.
we walked down there and there was a dog and and it just started running at us. We weren't like afraid or anything.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we were like, we weren't really afraid until it made us like
Oh my
really aggressive and we sprinted across the street.
and bike.
Oh my gosh. Remember? So behind my house is in ice. So we all just like slid down it on like our boots and we just kept sliding all the way down.
I remember that.
Oh,
Did you fall?
I think I did. I think I like went halfway down on my butt. Like most of me going down the alley was on my bottom for sure.
We watched a lot of movies too. Always movie night at your house.
Yeah, movie night for sure. For sure. Loved movie night. I'm trying to think of like ones that we used to watch all the time.
I remember watching Soul Surfer at your house for the first time.
Oh, I love that movie. That's a good movie.
It scared me at the time though.
Oh my gosh, yeah, when the shark comes up and you're like not expecting it.
I remember watching that one.
We always watch Nicholas Sparks movies.
True.
I always cried at the
I
end.
watch Nicholas Sparks movies.
Love that. Oh man, like the longest ride. And we're all like, oh my
How
gosh, he's
many
so
times
cute.
did we watch that?
So many times because we just wanted to see like the
Buddies,
hot main character.
we
Oh
were
my
like
gosh.
6th grade.
We were like obsessed. I think at one point Lauren's lock screen was him. I remember that. On like our school iPads, we'd all make them our lock screen.
There's two big crushes, Scott Eastwood and Zac Efron.
For sure. Oh my gosh, High School Musical. Disney Channel, literally decom movies. Those were our that's it.
Okay, so speaking of like Nicholas Sparks and stuff, have you ever read his books?
Oh, I used to read Mrs. Bergen always had Nicholas Sparks books in her room, so I would read like The Choice and The Longest Ride.
Okay, so get this. So I don't read very many books, but like this whole quarantine thing has like made me a reader.
Really?
Started The Notebook, which I've seen the movie 1,000 times, but I had to read the book. So Natalie actually reads now.
Yes, Natalie, I'm so proud. Because
I've
I
only read a book since like sophomore year. Like
I know, like Mrs. Gunders, I mean Miss Patnod would make us read books one semester, and some of us would go through like 5 of them, and then like.
And Natalie wouldn't even get through one.
Yeah.
Natalie would like barely make it through one. Because I just hated reading. Yeah. I'm a reader now, Claire.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so Since you actually do like to read, what would your favorite book be that you've read in high school?
Nicholas Sparks is definitely one of my favorites. Like I always love those books. But oh my gosh, I loved reading a book like called Taken. Like I love like stories. It's like after it's like in the future and
Mm-hmm.
like different worlds, like after America like fails. And
Yeah.
like there's this whole so yeah. And they had like it was like a Hunger Games meets other stuff. So yeah, I like that.
I've like that's why I never read. Like I could never find anything that I liked. Never.
Oh, for sure. I would have the hardest time finding books, but then like Miss Padnod and like Mrs. Bergen always had the best.
Yeah,
So
I
I
just I
would
still
steal
can't
their
find
books.
it. Everybody's like, go to the library. They have good books. I was like, I don't read.
I know I
I
like
don't
need
read.
someone to tell me what to read because like it takes too long to find a book in a library.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I actually went to a library to look for a book. I really don't. All right. So, okay, let's go from books to TV shows. What is your favorite TV show that you've watched since you've been in high school?
So like as you know, I watch a lot of TV shows. It's not all I do, I promise. Some people think it is because I've seen so many.
You've literally seen them all.
I said all of them. Like
Yeah,
people
when I
are
try to
like,
recommend something good to Claire, she's like, already seen it. I
I already seen it, and then they're like, "Is it good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's great."
was like, so much for that recommendation.
Great. I love so like my I can't even narrow it down to one because I have my top favorites.
Hmm.
So like Grey's Anatomy, of course,
Oh
like
my gosh, my favorite ever.
classic, like made me want to become a nurse.
Probably the only TV show I've ever cried in.
I know, right?
Like
Like
I don't
spoiler.
cry in those things, but I cried in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, like you sit there and you're like, I should not be this invested in a TV show, but like you are.
Exactly. Like,
You
why
just
am I going to into education? Like, I could literally be a surgeon after watching that.
yeah, and like I think about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I get on my own Derek Shepherd and like fall in love, but I'm like, my life is not gonna be that interesting. Like it's not gonna be that dramatic.
You don't want your life to be like that.
No, I would not survive everything that those people survived through. Like plane crashes and the
Yeah.
craziest stuff happens on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, Derek Shepherd dying was probably the only time I've ever cried in a TV show.
I actually, oh my God, I remember when he died and like I posted it on Instagram. I was like a sixth grader or seventh grader and had just gotten Instagram and I had to post that he died because I was so sad.
That is so funny.
I think I just took it down like last year too.
Oh my gosh, Claire. That is so funny. Okay, what's your other favorite TV show? I know you have more.
One Tree Hill, classic.
I never got to watch that because they took it off Netflix.
So good. It's my favorite. Like basketball meets high school meets drama, everything. I loved it. But like I love funny shows. So like The Office,
Office is almost always on.
right? Like it's the perfect background noise because you can like pick up wherever it is,
I feel like I've taken a lot of naps to the theme song.
right?
Like I'm just falling asleep and you can just hear it in the back.
So yeah, probably The Office. Like when I heard it was leaving Netflix, I got so sad because I'm like, what am I gonna do my homework to?
Netflix is taking too many shows off.
Right? Like they already took away One Tree Hill,
Friends.
Friends. Oh my gosh. Now The Office. Next, they're gonna take away Grey's Anatomy on me, and I'm just canceling my subscription.
That is funny. Okay, Claire, where do you see yourself in 10 years? That'll make you almost 28.
Oh my god.
Almost.
Actually, I'll be 27 because I'm the youngest.
You are the youngest.
All these oldies, and I'll be.
We're all young for our grade.
Yeah, we
Basically.
are. We could literally be juniors right now. That's so weird to think about. I think in 10 years, I'll be working in a hospital, like a big one, like
Hmm.
not like a small one. Like, I want to be like where it all happens, like all the fun, like my aunt's like an orthopedic nurse, which has like all these like broken legs and all the cool stuff, but like not cool
God,
stuff. Um, I don't know. I see myself working as a nurse somewhere, and I feel like I'll either be like, I don't know, maybe married, maybe not. I don't even know. Hopefully, maybe.
do you like want to like be around here?
Well, I've always wanted to come back because I feel like I will eventually, or
Mhm.
like I'll go to some smaller town.
Yeah.
It's like I like the idea of living in a smaller town just because I think like all my extended family lives in a big city, and
Mhm.
like they grew up so much different than we did, and I don't know, kind of like the idea of the smaller
Yeah.
town life, but
Definitely. I agree.
we'll see.
We'll
I don't
see.
even know. I don't want to be in a bunch of debt, hopefully.
Yeah, that's my goal.
That like makes me scared. Like I don't want to be in debt, but like gotta have fun.
Wherever life takes you.
Yeah, wherever it goes. I don't know. How about you? Where do you see yourself?
Well, in 10 years that makes me 28. So, um I hope to at least have one child and a few dogs.
So cute.
I hope to be married and then have a child. And hopefully um be staying home with them
Hmm.
and then eventually get back into some teaching.
Right. Like I think that's also kind of great. Like I think teaching is something like you can like start like right after school and then stop and then always get back into.
That's I hope that's I can do something like that.
Yeah. I can see that. I totally see it. I want to babysit.
Okay,
I
deal.
don't have kids by then. I'm
You could
totally coming over. I'm gonna be
okay.
the cool babysitter.
Get some diapers.
I can change the diapers. Lauren's the cool aunt. Natalie's the mom, and like I'm just the babysitter who changes the diapers.
That's funny. What is some advice that you would give to an underclassman?
So like I would definitely say that like I would look at like while you're in high school, I'd try everything that you can and like be involved because you're gonna learn so much from the things that you do.
Mhm.
But I would also like, I don't know, I would totally try and I would try to take in every experience because I feel like I've learned so much from my experiences.
Yeah.
And it's kind of brought me to like my next decision, like what I want to do when I grow up and where I'm going to college has
Yes.
also shaped that.
I think something that I would like some advice I'd give to underclassmen is like 4 years seems like a long time, but it's
Hmm.
really not. Like, don't wish it away because you never know when it's gonna be the end. Because
Well,
like
yeah,
obviously we didn't expect this, so
right.
just don't wish it away. And another thing I would say is like step outside of like just your grade. Like make friends with your younger people or older people. Like go beyond just your grade because I definitely have a lot of friends that aren't just from my grade.
Well, and I completely agree because I feel like some of the people that like that kind of ends up tying you back to like next year, like if you have friends in lower grades, you're gonna like want to come back, and I feel
Exactly.
like it ties you back to your hometown, like having friends still in high school.
Yeah, I totally agree.
No, I definitely just, and I'd also think like the classes that you take, like I think they're like even if you don't think it's going to be the most interesting or it's going to be challenging, I think sometimes the challenging ones are the most helpful when it comes to preparing you for your future.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like mine would be like creative writing probably. That was a challenging class, but I definitely needed it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm like, I took it freshman year,
Yeah,
and
same.
yeah, it was totally beneficial for like I'm in comp one right now, and like I look back and I'm like, if I wouldn't have taken that class, like I'd be struggling so hard right now.
And I think the last thing I would tell them is like, I feel like you and I both are kind of like hard on ourselves about like grades. Like you have to be like
Hmm.
perfect all the time, have to have the best grades. And I feel like if you don't stress about the little things, the big things will come into play.
Right. Like I definitely say don't stress yourself out so much and make sure that you're like experiencing high school as a whole and not just look at it as I'm just here to go to school and do my classes. Like I can make friends when I'm older. Like sometimes this is where a lot of your roots come from and you're going to have so many memories from high school. So make them good ones. Make them the best you can be for sure.
Yep. I absolutely agree.